This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today we look at the low budget feature film debut from one of today's most respected film directors. How well does that film hold up against his later big budget movies? Let's check it out. Today's film is Following from 1998, a brisk 70 minutes long in beautiful black and white. It's about a young writer who starts to follow strangers on the street for material, but then meets a thief who takes him under his wing. That's a very basic summary for this short film, and that's all I'm going to reveal. There's a lot more to it. It was written and directed by Christopher Nolan. It's a very low budget film shot in either 6 or 12 months. I've read 2 different accounts of this. Shooting it only on the weekends, guerrilla style on the streets of London, so he had no permits or anything like that. It's in 16 millimeters, so don't expect a super sharp picture. Expect a lot of grain and a lot of handheld camera for this low budget film. But you can see the basic embryonic ideas that Nolan would expand upon later in his later films, especially the use of a non-linear timeline. You see the main characters' clothes and hair, and even what's going on with his face, switching back and forth periodically throughout the film. Think in terms of early Kubrick films like Fear and Desire and Killer's Kiss, where they're kind of grainy and low budget and black and white. And I also thought of Blast of Silence for some reason, just the look of it and the feel of it. And speaking of Blast of Silence, this one does have some noir elements to it. We have a lonely, obsessive, alienated young man who's the main character, and he does provide a voiceover for part of the film. We have a femme fatale, and we have some double crossing, maybe even some triple crossing going on, and we have a crime. Visually, not so much of a noir look, but thematically I would say yes. So here's my argument for Following. Here's where I stand, and I don't expect many of you, if any of you, to agree with me, but here's what I'm thinking. Nolan made Memento 2 years after this. I think that's his best film. And I think Following is his second best film. So just for argument's sake, let's look at his filmography. We're going to take his Dark Knight trilogy, and I don't mean to dismiss it, but I'm going to put that aside as genre films. And I'm also going to take Dunkirk and put that aside as a genre war film as well. And all of those films, for the most part, use linear storytelling technique. So then let's look at 3 other films of Nolan: Tenet, Inception, Oppenheimer. They're using that non-linear storytelling technique, and for me, I think they're just too clever for their own good. I think they're too bloated. I think they're way too long. They're each about 2.5 hours long, I believe. And just for me, I stopped caring after a while. You're gonna make me work that hard. I enjoy challenging cinema, but these did not work for me. Let's take Interstellar. I like a lot of that. Again, I think it's way too long, way too bloated, and just a pet peeve of mine. Matthew McConaughey keeps calling his daughter Murph. It's Murph over and over again. When a character's name is said over and over again, it just grates on my nerves like ad nauseum. I just find it annoying. But that's my pet peeve. Insomnia, that film, well, it's a remake. I mean, I saw the original Norwegian film first, liked it. Not sure how necessary Nolan's remake of Insomnia was, except to get Al Pacino in there to chew the scenery a little bit. The Prestige, I like magic as much as the next person, but I couldn't even tell you what that was about. I didn't really care for it. Didn't work for me. So, Following now, I like the rawness of it. I like the whole idea of this guy is just following people just out of curiosity to see what they do and trying to imagine what their life is like and where they're headed and where they're going to go afterwards. I mean, I think a lot of us have had that experience where we're in a crowd and we might just randomly focus on one person for some reason and just kind of wonder what that person's about. So I hope so. I hope some of you had that experience. I like the fact that it's a neo-noir. I like the gritty elements of it. There's only like 3 characters really in the whole film. It's complicated and a bit challenging, but not overly so. Not so much that it's going to be a turnoff, I don't think. It does foreshadow what Nolan is going to do at a much higher, more expert level in Memento. And Memento I've seen several times. This one I think I've seen like 4 times already. My rating for Following, I'm going to give this one 4 stacks of English pounds out of 5 because, of course, with the neo-noir, money is often involved. It does a lot with the few resources Nolan had. It's pretty impressive in that respect. So this, what's on this disc? This is a 101 Films label disc, and it's Region B. It's a 70 millimeter film. I'm sorry, it's a 70-minute film, like I said, but the extras total up to 145 minutes. So the extras have a longer running time than the actual film does. And those extras include interviews with everybody imaginable, including Nolan, actors, the crew. They run for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes each. There is a short Nolan film called Doodlebug. It's only 3 minutes, but it's a lot of fun. It's very cool. And there's some reversible artwork, which I did utilize on the case here. So I like that reversible artwork also. There is a 32-page perfect bound book, which is okay, a lot of photos, but some good writing as well. And there is a audio commentary, which I did not listen to. So this is also available in Region A if you're interested on the Criterion label with, I think, different extras. But one of the extras that for sure is different is it has a chronological edit of the film, which I watched last night on the Criterion channel. And that's very interesting to watch as well. So where can you see Following? Well, like I said, it is on the Criterion channel right now. AMC Plus has it, Mubi has it, no experience with either of those. You can also rent or buy this one. So feel free to leave a comment or suggestion down below. Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. Subscribing is free. Also free is we are on we're on Letterboxd under the Kazdoy Closet, and you can check that out there. And also, what's not free is my ebook is available. It is True Tales from the Teacher Trenches, the ups and downs from 32 years of teaching, and it's available through Amazon.com. It is for your Kindle, but if you don't have a Kindle, you can use the free Kindle app on the device of your choice. It's going to set you back $1.99. So, hope you like this brief episode for a very short film. Thanks for watching. See you next time.